Hello, my name is Yuliya Zada and I work as a kindergarten teacher at Glenallen Elementary. And today I'll be working with my students on numberless problems, following with the centers where I incorporated shapes, measurement, addition, subtraction, and number sense. Okay, so we have just started numberless problems, and the reason we started it is because a week ago I did an experimental activity with them where I gave them a problem that did not make sense at all, and I wanted to see how many students actually make sense from the word problem before they automatically begin to add or subtract numbers. And only one student out of the whole class was able to make a sense out of senseless problem and say, hey, this is like a guessing game, doesn't make sense. So that led my instruction towards you saw today, where I cover the numbers and I cover the question and we discuss the problem first. We figure out the math in the problem, we figure out the action, and then once the numbers are revealed, ask them questions. Is it enough information for us to find out the answer? So they're thinking mathematically, and then they pick the best strategy to solve this problem. I believe that students do not have to be advanced in order to do advanced work. I think that the advanced work that we provide for them makes them advanced. The challenging work that we provide to them, it doesn't have to be too hard, but just a little bit, just enough so it makes learning interesting. And my students know that they can make mistakes because mistakes make them grow. Well, in the beginning of the kindergarten, students were a little bit resistant towards telling me how they think. So it took some time, and it took modeling from me, providing them with some sentences, stems, to how to start their explaining their thinking. And then with time, now that you see they're comfortable, because they've been doing it for a while, they're comfortable with it. There are expectations, they know they need to meet those expectations. They know how their work is, how their work looks like when it's complete. And they love what they're doing, so I don't have to be there like, oh, you know, this and that. You have to get back to work. They are working, they're loving it. As a teacher, I always see challenge in something, and I try to grow as much as I can every year. In the beginning, when we have just started this program last year, it was challenging because the book didn't come with it. The curriculum didn't come with it. So right now we have a lot of resources on Wikispace from the district, but before it was challenging in that sense that I had to recreate my centers. The good thing, though, I loved using centers because it allowed me to differentiate with my students. Like, for example, the red team today, 3 of my students who needed to work on addition and subtraction with low numbers had low number dice, and the other student was ready to do addition and subtraction past 10, so he had a harder dice. So it really makes you free to differentiate your instructions. Students definitely are more engaged in math. They don't take it as a serious subject as before, because before we thought that the students are like, we have to tell them how math is done and this is how it is. Now students think for themselves and they experiment with their strategies, and they're not afraid to share their mathematical thinking while I'm capturing it. They're okay to make mistakes because they know that makes their brain grow. So they feel very comfortable. They're doing math. They see that math is everywhere, that it's interesting. Number talks helped a lot with developing their number sense. And number sense, in fact, helps them pick different strategies when they do word problems. So it's all connected, all pieces are connected, and students are have a positive attitude towards math. Well, I would say be kind to yourself. If you're just starting it, it's okay to make mistakes. That's when you grow as a teacher. And get into it, research it, because ultimately you want your kids to be provided with the best practices there are. also learn about it, try it, start doing it, and then you'll figure out what else you need to add towards your instruction. Your children will lead your instruction as well. They'll let you know once you do this kind of math. The students will lead your instruction and let you know what else you need to add to make it better.